Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2010 on Xbox Live, and as you know, it's coming to the end of January, which is the road to WrestleMania, and coming soon will be the predictions to Royal Rumble itself, and the road to WrestleMania starts with the Royal Rumble, and which means we get the Royal Rumble match. One of the biggest matches in the entire history of our sport, as Green would say. I love the Royal Rumble. You don't know who's going to enter, except this year where we got some big stars down there. Freaking big stars. If I was doing this on a certain editing show program, I will show you on the screen now. If not, I'll just tell you anyway. But you got Brock Lesnar that's in the Royal Rumble. You got The Undertaker in the Royal Rumble. You got Goldberg in the Royal Rumble. You got The New Day, Baron Corbin, The Miz. You got freaking Dean Ambrose. You got Chris Jericho. And many, many more. Huge names out there. There are lots, but which means who is gonna make their return this year? Who's gonna have a surprise entry? Every year we have surprise entries. We have at least 2 surprise entries every year. So I'm gonna name him here today my top 5, not necessarily in any specific order, but it's just a more of a case of number 5 being least likely and number 1 being most likely to return or make their debut. So there's no spoilers here, it's just my opinion. So yes, it's my top 5 surprise Royal Rumble entries. So when I say surprise entries, it could be either a debut or a return. So here we go. My top 5 surprise Royal Rumble entries of the Royal Rumble 2017 Royal Rumble match.
Number 5.
Yes, at number 5 is the Outsiders. The reason I say the Outsiders is because they're actually in pretty good shape, both Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I say they could possibly both enter at separate times, or it could be either of them. To be honest with you, I think it's most likely it's going to be Kevin Nash that could enter this year's Royal Rumble. But seeing both Scott Hall and Kevin Nash in the Royal Rumble this year would be pretty awesome. But yeah, that's my number 5 pick, is the Outsiders. Either Kevin Nash or Scott Hall, or both of them. That's my number 5 pick for my 5th surprise entry.
Number 4.
Number 4, Shane McMahon and Mick Foley. Yes, that's right, this is none other 2 people. I know it's kind of cheating, but it's the general manager / commissioner. So yes, where Mick Foley is the general manager of Raw, and he's actually looking pretty fit as of late, as in pretty healthy, and Shane McMahon can still wrestle. Why not throw them in the Royal Rumble match? I know nobody probably doesn't want to see that, but it would be a very good entry in a sense. Just to get eliminated, I know, but it'll be quite an interesting one. But to be honest, let's be very honest, they are going to do this entry here. But that's my number 4 pick, the Mick Foley and Shane McMahon to appear in this Royal Rumble match.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, he's been on NXT for a very long time now, and I think it's time that they brought him up to the main roster. So therefore, what a big way to do it than to enter the Royal Rumble as number 3, which is ironic with the number that I'm actually putting him here, which is why I said him as number 3, because he's a big star. And they're doing all this New Japan stuff. I mean, they've got all these New Japan wrestlers in there that used to wrestle in New Japan, like AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and I think even Samoa Joe wrestled in Japan. But there's like loads of them. But this is why I'm going to stick with Shinsuke Nakamura to be my 3rd pick for a surprise entry. And even a debut entry, if you will. But yeah, that's my 3rd pick for the Royal Rumble match 2017 surprise entry.
Number 2. 2.
Yes, and number 2 is no other than Samoa Joe. So, remember when I said that Shinsuke Nakamura has been really great on NXT, but he's also, from this recording, the NXT champion. Well, I think I could be wrong, but both Shinsuke and Samoa Joe have been battling it out. So if they was to both enter Royal Rumble, they've been having a rivalry over on NXT that can carry on at the Royal Rumble, but have either Samoa Joe or Shinsuke go back to NXT and the other one go to the main roster. But I think this one, because it's at number 2, is the most likely to be entering the Royal Rumble and going on to the main roster. And that is Samoa Joe. So yes, he is my number 2 pick for a surprise and debut entry in the Royal Rumble match.
Number 1. 1.
And of course, at number 1, no other than Finn Balor. Yes, I think that Finn Balor is going to make his return at the Royal Rumble. Whether it be number 3, 27, or even number 30. To be honest, the best spot, in my opinion, for Finn Balor is at number 30. Have The Undertaker be in the ring. Have Brock Lesnar be in the ring. I don't know. Have John Cena be in the ring. I know John Cena is in the main event, SmackDown main event to win the WWE Championship. But I will explain that what I think in the predictions on later on when it comes around to making my predictions. But yeah, Finn Balor will be in the Royal Rumble most definitely. I mean, who ain't gonna see that coming? And again, not a spoiler for my predictions, but I think he should win. No doubt. Because that would be a perfect storyline for the Universal Champion, whoever that may be. Which again, for my predictions, I think it should be Kevin Owens. But even if Finn Balor does return at the Royal Rumble and gets eliminated, it'll still be an awesome, maybe 45-minute mark where I think he will be one of those returns like AJ Styles, where he lasted a long time but ends up getting eliminated at the last minute type of thing for the winner to actually finally win. But yes, there you go. My number 1 pick to who I think is going to return as a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble match 2017 is Finn freaking Balor. And there you have it, folks. That's my top 5 Royal Rumble surprise entries for the Royal Rumble match 2017. And yeah, I think that those 5, that the biggest pick for me is Finn Balor. So yeah, we got all of the ones there, like the Outsiders. I said, well, the shout out goes to all the WWE Hall of Famers, like I said. But you know, we got Finn Balor there. We got Shinsuke Nakamura. We got Samoa Joe. We got Shane McMahon or Mick Foley, or both. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. Both, and obviously the biggest one. Shout outs to any Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers that will be in the Royal Rumble. That's the way I said it was gonna be. So that's my opinion. But who do you think is going to return in this year's Royal Rumble? Let me know in the comments section below. And I'll Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan 2 on Xbox Live, and I'll see you at the predictions and review of the Royal Rumble 2017. Bye! And if you like this video, then click on the playlist on the right hand side to catch up with any of the other videos from this playlist. And also on the left hand side, click on the previous video. And feel free to like, share and subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon. And Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan 2x10 on Xbox Live, saying thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye!